I don't know how many of you guys have figured this out yet, but for the most part, unless you are at a very highly specialized degree, nobody gives a fuck whether you have a degree or not. Because it doesn't mean you can do anything. How many people think that they could go back and pass their final test right now? Recognizing that system didn't work, we focus on demonstrated competency. Demonstrated competency means that you show up and get a result. Your result is how you get ahead. Now, the first time I encountered this, I was working for a recruiting agency in downtown Seattle, and we were recruiting for this little company called Amazon. And over 180 days, we had to hire 1,600 people. So I was dialing for dollars every fucking day, talking to people. And so I started to get to know the hiring managers for Amazon and then Microsoft. And both of the groups said they would hire somebody with demonstrated competency over a degree all day long, like hands down. And I was like, wait, what? I thought I heard them wrong. Because I grew up, I think most everybody now is kind of on the train of like school's fucked. But back then it was still like, you got to go to school and get good grades because that's how you're going to get ahead. And I'm listening to these guys and I'm like, what? All right, so then I'm having to tell Mr. Chan why his biology degree isn't helping him in this clerical position. And he's pissed off. He's thinking he should be making $60,000 right out the gate because of his biology degree. And I'm like, yeah, they don't fucking care about your biology degree. Turns out that doesn't really help them. They were looking for people who actually knew how to do the work. Weird. Where did you learn how to do the work? You, just the proverbial you. In America today, where did you learn? Did you? School, question mark? That's my point. It's like usually crickets because it's like, yeah, no. Unless you had a family that took pride in working hard, unless you had a family that taught you, what was school about? Good grades so you can move on. You were trained without even realizing it to make it a means to an end. The end is, I need to get this degree because it makes me more employable. Now, maybe that wasn't what was sold to you, but that ultimately is what it was. And for most of us, it didn't fucking work. I don't know how many of you guys have figured this out yet, but for the most part, unless you are at a very highly specialized degree, nobody gives a fuck whether you have a degree or not. Because it doesn't mean you can do anything. How many people think that they could go back and pass their final test right now? Recognizing that system didn't work, we focus on demonstrated competency. Here's the skills you have to learn. Here's how you have to demonstrate it consistently. And if you do, you move up. That's it. It's pretty straightforward. Mostly because I grew up as a gamer and I like being in a position where I can fucking move at my speed, not somebody else's speed. However, that is very contrarian to how most people were developed, which was a means to an end. Do it long enough and you'll move up. I've literally had people now come to a 10 years in the business who I'm now phasing out. Why? Failure to launch. After 10 years, I'm like, yeah, I don't know. 4 years, okay. 10 years, I'm like, something's not clicking. For whatever reason, you just don't want to get this shit done. And I can't help you. One of them came back to me and was like, hey, what if you thought about me coaching the leaders? Straight face. And I was like, you know me way fucking better than this. Why are you even asking me this? What would be the problem with having somebody who couldn't get to the next level coaching our leaders? I mean, they would know the business really well, right? They know the ins and outs of the business really well. What would be the problem with that? You are going to recreate what you are. You have no fucking choice. So if somebody in 10 years couldn't figure out how to get to ownership, and that's who I want coaching my leaders, get advice from people who are where you want to be. So anyway, the whole system is built around that. So we use KRAs, key result areas. We literally give you the fucking answers to the test, which is great because life doesn't usually do that. You usually get the test first and then the answers later. So we give you the answers to the test. Hey, here's your fucking KRAs. Here's how to win in this position. And yet we still have people, no, I'm not going to. I don't want to. I'm gonna fuck off. Okay, I don't know how to help this person. It's key result areas for every single position. Can you manage you? Managing you is your professionalism, your time, and your sales. It's all about you. Can you manage you? And that is simply because I can't ask you to lead and manage other people if you haven't demonstrated that you can lead and manage yourself to a minimum, right? So that's where the work begins. To me, great leaders make the people around them better. They bring the people up around them. And they don't do it so much with their words, but with what? Their actions. You lead by example or you don't lead at all.
Hi, Sabastian here. Today's video was sponsored by our Patreon community. You can check out more content, behind the scenes stuff, exclusive content there, and join the community. I'll see you in there.